I struggle with this in this era too, right? So this is the era of self promotion, where people say what they are, they go online and they can fake it till they make it and put the image out, and people genuinely accept it. I'm from a era of publicity where someone else had to speak for you about you in order for it to hold value. So a lot of times when people are like, "Oh, I'm a good woman, I'm a good man," that is you self proclaiming that. People are supposed to say that for you. That should, like Hank said, your actions should speak for you. It should not be you just standing at the top. I'm the richest person in the world. If you are that rich, everyone knows, and you didn't have to say a thing. If you're that great of a woman, everyone knows, and you didn't have to say a thing. Most of the people that we consider the best people, they don't self promote at all. We'll include them in a conversation, and they're nowhere around. And I think that in this day and age specifically, we this goes back to cultural influence. That's part of the culture now, to self promote, to the point that you could just convince yourself of anything, and we all supposed to believe your perception is an actual reality. It's a real strange time we in right now. It's a real strange time. It's a real strange time. But a good woman to me is a woman that listens, um, that picks up on cues, who I don't have to ask you repeatedly, and the it's so many things that go into it. But I primarily only be around good women because, like Hank said, I'm not just allow you any bad women. Okay, I see it. I identify it by. I don't have to keep you around for anything. So I don't even really spend my time focusing on the bad women because in my mind they don't exist. They're a blip on the radar and then they're invisible. Oh, she got a bad attitude and she talk crazy. I don't see her no more. I just don't. She becomes invisible to me. Like I don't have to see her repeated bad behavior. One time's enough for me. Oh, that's what you on. All right, good luck with that. I wish you the best, ma'am. That's you know what I'm saying. I'm not dealing with that shit. I think that in this day and age, we shouldn't give them the attention to focus on how bad these women are, because women are attention driven. And just like they couldn't determine the difference between sexual attention and relationship attention, it seemed to me that negative attention and good attention is getting the same type of a treatment. They rather go viral for talking about how can I get a train ran on me from a football team. Then I seen a clip today. I'm like, really, this lady just put this out here with steps on how to get a train ran on you by a football team. Then doing something positive, because attention is attention. Like what's going on with Jada right now, that's just attention. It don't seem to matter whether it's positive or negative, as long as people are talking about them. We live in some scary times.
All right. Go ahead, Luis.
We have certainly conflated short term attention for long term retention and think that they're mutually the same. And unfortunately, those types of videos that go viral seeking attention or even some sort of like clickbait and fill up the comment base, that right there is to really take away and steal people's creativity to really think outside of just, you know, the sort of sexual dynamic that comes between people coming together and really kind of thinking about it on a greater level. Like how do you self improve? How do you show up for the ones that you love? I always ask those types of questions. Like, what I'm saying, the judgment of somebody is that what can you do for someone that can't do anything for you? You know what I'm saying? And I was on mute, and I was just kind of thinking to myself, while this conversation was kind of boiling in my head, and I was like, yo, what is a good woman? And I was like, yo, I mean, there are things that we want, what I'm saying, a woman that is God fearing, self aware, supportive, kind, sweet, peaceful, a good listener, um, caring. All these things are hallmarks of someone who we are attracted to. Those things are attracted. They might not be on some men's list, and they might be on a lot of men's lists, right? So we have to shape, you know, people, especially women, based on the things that they are able to do that you can already do for yourself. Like I already know I could cook. I already know that I'm a very organized person, that I'm very structured, that I have multiple streams of income, and all these things. And the list goes on and on and on. But when that person shows up in your life, what I'm saying, how do they move? You know what I'm saying? Are they there, to do they want partnership or do they want sponsorship? Right? Because if they're there just for sponsorship, they're just going to want you to take them out to eat, take them on trips, wine and dine, fill up their entire IG, DM box with other thirsty men for more attention and things like that, right? If she's there for partnership, she's there to add value. She understands, like, okay, like I know how his schedule is. I know how he eats. I know how what he needs, right? And you know how to show up for that person, right? Just no different than how a man steps into your life and he knows how to fix problems, how to address certain things, be aware of his surroundings and tell you things about, people that you shouldn't really, associate yourself with because they don't have the best interest in you, right? Those things already come predetermined right up front as a whole package. It is a competence on that woman to display those abilities to that man early on. Like, don't hoard that. Don't wait until the fifth date. You need to be able to put those onto display and show who you are, right? Because I'm pretty confident that if you like that man, so does the sister behind you and the one behind her, and the line goes right around the corner. So you got to be a little bit more intentional about, about the things that you want and qualify yourself for the things that you want. Are you?
Just so you know, Luis, he don't believe in partnership.
Hell no.
You want to tell him why, Hank?
Because it's a gay relationship. We're not equal. We're not the same. And if you say we're the same, then that means I'm dating a man and she dated a woman.
I'm with you, Hank.
Maybe partnership wasn't the right word.
I'm with you. I'm
Right
with
on,
you,
baby.
Hank.
Right on. But back in the day, that's what we used to call them gay couples, partners. They're partners. They wouldn't recognize as marriage or none of. They was partners. But I forgive you, Lou. You got to learn. Right on.
All right, like I know Cloud Jones was talking about beat to the gods. That's what he's referring to.
Hell no.
Why you gonna do it?
Fire for that. Burn him out.
And you know what was crazy? I seen it go viral. I had took a glimpse of it, and how something just kind of catch your attention. It caught. I'm like, something ain't right with his face. I don't know what it is, but something. It was giving me like funeral vibes, but I didn't want to say it. I was just like, it was just. But you gotta look at those comments, man. They were saying all type of stuff. Did you guys read them comments on that post? I'm about to pull it up, man, and start saying some of that shit was hilarious. Go ahead, Shannon. A good woman.
It ain't much to say, man. All women think they're a good woman until a man shows her where she's bad. Then suddenly he don't know what he's talking about, right? What's the number one breakup statement? You'll never find another woman like me. That's what everybody thinks. The thing I don't like about what that woman said in the video that you played from tonight's conversation, at the end, she said, that used to be me. I'm not her no more. See, she's making the same mistake over again. The mistake that she identified that she made earlier on when she said, I'm a good woman, she's simply doing it again now, saying, well, that was me then, but now I'm a good woman. It's like, well, that says who? That's something that's going to be measured continuously for the rest of your life. And also, Marcus and Clout had said something that I don't necessarily agree with. They were saying that it's hard for you to define. You can't really say it. That needs to be measured by somebody outside before you out there saying I'm a good woman or I'm a good man or I'm a good person. I think you can. I think you absolutely can. And now I get what I think the sentiment is coming from. You're not supposed to assess yourself. Does my breath stink? Nope. Says who? You've been smelling it all day. Let me tell you that your breath stink. So I think they're coming from, you can't really self-assess yourself without anything to counter it. But if you've been hearing something for quite a while, for a long time, I think after a while you can start just taking it as gospel. There's a lot of shit that I think that I know about me that I know I don't need nobody else to confirm anymore. I believe it now. Shit. I'm sure that Clout believes that he's a good entertainer. But how many people have told him that? After a while, you just say, okay, well, goddamn, I guess I am good at that. You know, or if you are at firearms training, you know, you look at Trigger Mike, if Trigger Mike knows what the fuck he's talking about, and he's compared himself to other firearms trainers and other people that's in his field over the last 10 years, he can say on his own, I know what I'm good. I'm just letting you know I'm good. Now you can go test some other shit. You can go try some other people. You're going to end up back over here because I'm good at what I do. So I think you can say that you're a good man or you're good at a thing or you're good at something all by yourself, as long as you've heard it, have some experience. That's where wisdom and time and service is kind of applied. If you just all willy-nilly just wake up one day and say, you know, I'm a good photographer, and you don't know anything about aperture, you don't know shit about shutter speed, you don't know nothing about ISO or anything, right? You just say, oh, you know, you put the camera on automatic and you just start taking pictures. You don't know shit about composition, you don't know nothing about lenses. Then yeah, but after a while, you may get to say, you know what, I'm a goddamn good photographer, and I don't need nobody else to say it, and my work can show for it. Not to mention, I sell this shit. People pay a high price for it, and my work is in demand.